It's time for Gardening Inside Out, a live show offering you plant advice for any space in your life. Introducing your perennial hosts, David Bates and Josh Carey.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. It's Saturday morning. It's time for Gardening Inside Out, coming to you from the palatial Green Room Studios here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center, where it is a hive of activity already out on the lot out there, David, and it looks really good.
It's beginning to feel like spring, and, albeit probably not a false alarm. This is not spring. But it has felt a lot like it the last few days. We're going to have a little milder temperatures today and some much colder to remind us that officially it's still winter.
We're tricking you.
And then it's going to moderate back. So let's get right into that forecast while we're at it. And let me get myself on the screen where I can see where that I'm looking at here. And we'll get rid of the flashing zeros because that's non-indicative of what you're about to receive. It's going to be more than zero. And
can it be less than zero? Remember that movie?
Saturday, the 21st, and some of the people around will get some showers this morning. Most will not. Pretty light here. All the significant rainfall as well to our north. It will be a high of 53 degrees today, and you know what? For the 21st of February, not a bad day. We're certainly well equipped to deal with all that here at Bates Nursery. You might bring a little light rain jacket or something, but should not be more than that. And of course, much of our stock is on the Bates trim inside. So you got no real excuses for not getting out and doing your planting today. Now, as you look ahead into Sunday, 35 degrees for the high, 18 for the overnight low. That's out here at the nursery. Depending on where you are, it might not be quite that chilly, but much cooler conditions than what we've had recently. Monday is more of the same, 34, 18. Again, partly cloudy conditions. Then it starts to moderate on Tuesday, 47, 43, and mostly cloudy. The clouds return in earnest on Wednesday, 63, 48, and on Thursday, we're expecting rain, particularly, let's see what time that, that'll be later in the afternoon.
Three-quarters of an inch, wow.
Yeah, so, and then Friday, it will be sunny again. So, all in all, not a bad deal. I have lost my cursor for whatever reason.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I do. It makes me, it's not a decursor. It is, in fact, a cursor.
I'm going to cursor.
Yes, it will make you curse. Let me see what, I can't make anything happen here for whatever reason.
Okay.
So this is interrupts the flow of things. So we'll just move along then. Perhaps it will come back here at some point during the, if it becomes necessary in any way. We did look at the radar earlier, and it is, it's just as we stated earlier. A lot of rain to the north or to the east. Not so much here in Middle Tennessee.
Wow.
Cloud cover, but even that's not all that much. And the current temperature is in the mid 40s, like 46, 47 degrees.
45.
So, anyway, all said, not a terrible forecast. It's just the forecast.
It is.
And it's the forecast we have. And the next thing that's in the forecast is that it won't just be you and I, Josh.
I know it won't.
Program. We will be joined by our usual cast of expertise. Caroline Gant, Austin Lowen, welcome in, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
We would be
As
remiss
always.
if we didn't also mention across the way Tyler Blankenship, who so capably gets us on the air every week. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here. And I did title this stream Spring Fever.
It is spring fever, according to our questions.
Yes, we're feeling the pickup, and I know you are, and we're just going to talk about plant stuff.
I think I saw a forsythia out there on the lot that's popping
Forsythia?
yellow bloom.
Yep. Not too long. I saw one yesterday on my way home throwing some blooms.
I saw a whole roll.
A whole roll.
Again, can't
forsythia
talk
roll.
this morning. Row of daffodils blooming.
Oh, yeah. Daffodils
along the
all over
road.
town.
And my winter creeper is still, that I bought, haven't planted yet, is popping again.
Oh.
It's happening.
So-
Yellow blooms everywhere.
No shortage of things going on all around the area. And I'm sure people are going to have questions about where we are growth-wise on things, what precautions they may need or need to be mindful of with regard to the couple of cold nights we've got coming up, as well as all manner of other things. So without further ado, guys, first of all, a congratulations needs to go out to Austin. He is the new sales manager here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. We're very grateful for his services,
Thank you.
his
Thank you.
expertise. So thank you for that, Austin.
No problem. Thank you.
And we have an incredible staff here. It takes quite a lot to do what we do at the level that we do it, and we really work hard to try to not disappoint people.
Okay. When is he going to have his forecasting done? I mean, in his reports.
Well,
we need a quarter. We need the next 3 quarters
he's
projected
kind of
out.
Day 1, maybe 2 here. So
Oh, okay.
we're not going to heap it all on him at once, but his skill set is best
Okay.
in the eyes and the conversations on the yard, and he'll be working closely with Adam Burton, who's an employee from yesteryear, also the son of Julie Patterson, who is our inventory goddess.
I see.
So working with him and Adam Burton working with his mom, Julie, and with everyone else to make sure that we have this selection of plant material second to none, and give us the ability to keep that coming on continuously throughout the spring season and year round.
Yeah. I'm excited.
As are all of us for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, and when it comes for me, when it comes to sales and being a sales manager or whatever, it's like, I'm not selling you anything just to sell it to you. That's the thing for me. Is like I'm still me when it comes to selling plant material. I'm still very much a horticulturalist before I am a sales manager.
Okay.
And I love plants, and I want you to have the plants that are going to fit for you, not just because we need to sell them. That's not what I'm about. So.
Well, we're here to help people, and that's what you're saying. Our goal is to help you get the things that you need to have to give you the best possible outcome that you desire for your landscape. It's not about what we want. But if you bring us photographs and diagrams and directions of your house and notation of trees and that it gives us the information that we need to be able to make those kinds of suggestions and recommendations so that you can be assured of getting the right plants in the right place the first time. That's the way we do it.
Yep, definitely. And I know, Caroline, you told me we have 14 questions today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Already.
We got more than that. That's just
More?
one of our platforms.
Shoo! It's definitely getting to be spring. We better get on it.
It is. We better get on it. But first, I want to talk about why we're both sore. Why is that?
Ugh.
Pottery. We've got a lot of pottery out, y'all. Big, beautiful pots. Tyler put some up in our Instagram.
BAPs.
Yep. We went over that one last week.
Yes, we did.
But it is
There
time
will
to get
be
out
no
here and get
snacks
pots.
this week, by the way. So
What? You
No
didn't bring
snack.
us anything?
No
No
snacks.
treats? All right.
It's okay.
Well,
We did that last week.
we did do that last week. So I guess let's go ahead and get into questions.
We probably should.
We're going to start with one that's not really a question, but I think this is how everybody feels. In all caps, I just want to plant everything now. No patience. We need spring. Yes, I feel that. And by looking at our questions, I think a lot of folks are feeling it as well. But we got one from Essence about wood chips. Essence says, hey, y'all, last week, y'all were talking about fresh wood chips stealing nitrogen. How long would wood chips need to sit before you can use them as mulch in the gardening, throwing in raised beds so they do not steal nitrogen from surrounding plants. Thanks, plant friends, Herbal Essence.
Herbal Essence. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about it?
Herbal, you're
Maybe.
going to be able to tell when they're ready. Just if you're looking at that pile of wood chips over there and it doesn't look like a bag or a part of the mulch that you see, you're pretty close. Now, that's not necessarily 100% accurate, but you're going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I think if you're just using it as a top dressing, you're probably not going to see too much nitrogen stolen from using it as just like a mulch on top. I mean, if it were worked in with all the fungi and things breaking things down, like, yes, you will see that. But as a top dressing for a mulch, I'm not sure that would even be that big of an issue. But
Or a pathway.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been making a lot of pathways.
Yeah.
I have some information to offer here.
Oh,
Tyler.
Yeah, I took up one of those chip drop offers, right? So this is, probably like 7 or 8 years ago now, because I was like excited and I was like, oh my goodness, somebody made this website where you go and you order mulch to be literally dropped off by a tree company. Well, it's fresh, it's green mulch, and it does need a little bit of time to break down. But I did specifically need it for a pathway. And because of that brief moment where it is breaking down, there is a moment where it is kind of anaerobic, meaning less oxygen available, and
it killed the weeds is what you're fixing to say.
it killed the weeds. It suppressed them actually
Yes.
as the mulch was breaking down.
Right.
And so, I mean, I would say 6 months at least, is a safe realm to a year. But, if you have a place to use it and then it breaks down, you can then remove that material. If you want to use it for a pathway, then use that, compost, and throw it on something else.
Do you turn it? Did you turn your pile of chips?
No,
You
because it was like 8 yards of material.
wow.
It was it's like an entire industrial truck dumped in your front
It's a
yard.
lot, yeah.
It's a bit
And
traumatic.
The process that you're talking about is what's known as nitrogen fixation. And
That's right.
That's why that you don't want to put green chips directly around plants that you're wanting to add value to. As a matter of fact, they can significantly degrade it. Now, what you received, because you gave it time to decompose naturally, that nitrogen was able to absorb from the atmosphere and not from the soil around the plant. So, there's going to be no limit probably to how much of that kind of material you're going to be able to get due to the amount of limbs and trees and all that's going to get ground up. They're looking for places to stick it. What you need to do if you're going to receive it is to do like Tyler did and find a corner in the yard somewhere that you can put it. You might not be able to use it this year at all. It may be spring of 27 before it's really ready to be used. Now you can add some things to it in the pile to help accelerate it. Sources of nitrogen, since it's fixating nitrogen out of the atmosphere. If you can incorporate some organic forms of nitrogen into it, that'll be great. You don't have to, but turning it is going to be really imperative to make sure that you give all parts of it the ability to fixate that nitrogen. Otherwise, is the term that Tyler already threw at it, going anaerobic. In the center of that pile, it gets starved of air.
Right.
And therefore, the opportunity to grab that nitrogen. So turning it is a big part of keeping the process of decomposition going on. It's just a compost pile that's all of one singular source.
Right. And I actually had a bag of stuff in the shed that is a compost starter. I have one of those rotating bins for compost manufacturing, and I had a little bit of that in there. Wouldn't probably hurt you to scatter some of that on top of your chips.
No,
Okay.
it won't hurt at all. As a matter of fact, it's quite a helpful part of it. But again, you've got to be able to incorporate all that,
Right.
and and you just can't do it all at once.
No.
That's
You
right.
might-
Well, we are getting some live questions
Okay.
in too. So our first one comes from Colin, and Colin sent this question in like as soon as we went live on air. So Colin is watching and he's ready. He says, "Morning, y'all. Planted my onions. Congratulations, Colin.
Good work.
How many days for intermediate to finish. When do I pull up my garlic I planted last fall?
All right. So when it comes to garlic, a lot of times you're going to pull it roughly whenever it's going to flower. All right. So it'll send up that stalk or whatever, and then it'll have a bloom atop of that. You can harvest just a little bit before that, but it's not going to be all that long. And honestly, I don't know how many you planted, but this goes with a lot of different root crops. And I've talked about this before. It's like whenever you think it's about time, based on the days that it says on your label or whatever, maybe it's 80 days, 90 days, whatever it is for you to harvest. And once you get around that time, just pull one.
And take a look at it.
Just take a look at it. If it looks like it's ready, then they're probably all ready to be harvested. Same way with potatoes,
carrots,
onions, carrots. It's all kind of the same. You kind of just experiment a little and you pull one up and see where it's at.
Check it out.
Yeah. I mean, most, plants that you plant or whatever, it's going to tell you how many days until it's supposed to finish. So roughly that gives you that idea. So write down whenever you planted it and then the days whenever they come to that point. Give it a pull.
Writing down when you plant it, that's good advice because I never do that. And I never remember when I planted my carrots, my radishes. At least radishes, you can see the top start poking out, so you kind of know when they're ready.
Done,
yeah.
But carrots,
Nah.
it's just a guessing game, at least for me. I'm like, let's pull it up and see.
Yeah, exactly. You just pull one up and see.
But I mean, it's so exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, you can get some of those little stick-in deals you put in at the end of your rows. What am I trying to say? A little stick-in sign.
Like a plant tag?
And you write down the
one of those stick-in things.
Yeah, one of them stick-in deals. And you write down what you planted, the cultivar, and the day you planted it.
That's a technical sales manager term.
It is.
That's right.
Stick-in things. Exactly.
Yes.
One of those stick-in things. We'll have to relabel everything that we have like that up at checkout.
Yeah.
And then we got a second live question in already from LH Gower on YouTube. They say, good morning. Any direction on trimming cold damaged Nandina, lemon, lime, and flirt varieties? Soft touch holly too. Thanks. Oh, it's from Linda.
Linda. Hey, Linda. If you've got damage, if you can tell that it is not good, like not green, it's maybe brown or black, whatever color it may be, that does not look like life, then let's go ahead and cut it back.
Yeah, babe.
I mean, there's no problem with doing that now. We're really waiting on our spring flush. All those buds are tucked along the stems, y'all. Like they haven't cracked new foliage yet. Everything we have is from last year. So any of that you can certainly cut off and just open it up. This is going to get more sunlight on those stems, onto those buds, and you'll probably have a much healthier plant this coming up spring.
Yeah.
By just removing that.
Cleaning it up a little bit.
Yes, just a good cleanup. That's a good point.
A good old cleanup.
It's spring, y'all. It's time for spring cleaning season.
It is. I've been cleaning a lot, and you were talking about buds that are getting ready to crack. I was looking at my lilac. Those buds are swelling. They're going to be cracking pretty soon.
Lilac definitely swelling. We've got some.
I'm excited.
We've got a number of lilac on the lot right now that's like really swollen up buds, and they will be blooming before you know it.
Mine is covered. I can't wait.
Take a whiff.
I absolutely will. I'll just keep walking by it.
Yeah.
And I like how it looks once the blooms are gone. Those leaves are cute, kind of dainty. We got yet another live question on Facebook from Kim. Kim lost a Murray cypress, but others have lower limbs that are brown. Can I trim those off the trunk?
Lost a Murray cypress, but others have some lower limbs that are brown. Yes, you can certainly prune off lower limbs on Murray cypress. That's a type of Leland cypress, and Leland cypress did kind of take it on the chin, y'all. Not gonna lie, they did
buddies.
not. Yeah, I mean the ice really weighed those down, and there's significant damage on a lot of those. So yeah, taking them off is totally fine. Now you are not gonna have lower limbs after you do that, so you're gonna see some of that trunk. Just be okay with that. Okay?
Plant something around the bottom.
There you go. Bring up something around it to hide that stem, and there you go. But yeah, it's not going to hurt it to cut them.
God, you can play with so many annuals.
Oh,
There you go.
can't wait.
Garden gnomes.
That season's coming in soon.
Yeah.
It is. It's almost here.
Little plastic mushroom.
Little mushrooms.
We have a lot of cute little ceramic mushrooms if you wanted to use something like that. And then Mary on YouTube says Olympic fever and USA's 250th birthday.
America.
Any red, white, and blue blooms you recommend?
Red, white, and blue.
Well, white, I mean, that's your favorite color.
Yeah.
You could mix a bunch of stuff.
Got some candy tuft in the room with
Look
some
at
white
that.
right now. We got some cyclamen in the other day that's pure white and pure red. No blue with that yet. What do we have that's
How
blue?
about red, white, and blue pansies?
There you go.
How did you not think of that, Mr. Pansy Killer Fever?
No.
Hey, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce. Thanks for that, Caroline.
You're welcome.
But
Just had
if
to bring
they're
it up.
red, white, or blue, what is the very best thing to plant them in, David Bates?
Well, We think it's EarthMix garden products.
We
and
know it is. We don't just
And no
know
matter
it.
which one you choose, Josh,
Uh-huh.
you are sure of getting a product that's not simply
Mhm.
organic.
Right.
Everyone has organic is kind of a buzzword that gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
And by the way, this just in, arsenic is organic. And I don't know that I don't know if there's any soils that have arsenic in it. But what my point is that
Or old lace, by the way.
just because the word organic is in there doesn't give you information at depth. Now, what does give you information at depth is the viability and the performance of the soil. That's where EarthMix really makes a difference.
Mhm.
Josh, we take a lot of pains in the EarthMix process to make sure we have a live, productive soil. And by doing so, what you get is the maximum benefit out of the product that you use around your plants, whether it's supernatural compost, which is really kind of the central ingredient of many of the products downstream, in that it is an input in those. Supernatural compost is unlike other compost in that it is not simply random available things. There have been no chippings from all the storms used in it, and we don't
Right.
use that because we need to know exactly what's going in there and what the state of those products are. So, uh, in the recipe for Supernatural, it's distributed like a lasagna. Perhaps I'll get a little video up here one of these Saturdays to kind of show you the windrow process, the amount of active nitrogen fixation that goes on. We talked about that earlier.
Mhm.
We get even, dependable, and timely breakdown of materials, but we don't just, the decomposition process doesn't stop there. We go through at least a 60-day process thereaafter. Once this already pre-decomposed product, it's gone through what is known as the thermophilic phase, which means
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
a really high temperature phase that composts go through. And then once that has passed, then it's ready to go to the next stage.
Mhm.
And then it gets run through the big Terra Extreme machine into the ready bin. And when it gets to that point, it can be sold in bulk or in super sacks or in bags. And all of the materials that we sell have gone through all those processes every single time. And before those materials are used, these finally processed materials are then incorporated into other products downstream, such as EarthMix Landscape, EarthMix Garden, EarthMix Proganics Oil, and others. So you can know you're going to get reliable results with every bag, every scoop, every super sack you get. And that's true no matter who you get that from. We're very fortunate to have quite a network of EarthMix distributors, and these are all the finest garden centers and horticultural supply centers and in and around the area, largely located in Tyler. We get you go to the map right there quickly.
Uh-huh.
We'll be able to see all these. There you go. All the pins, largely in the eastern United States. We do have Rocky Mountain trees and out in Crested Butte, Colorado,
Mhm.
and then you have a lot in Kentucky, Tennessee, northern Alabama, and we're confident to say there'll be many more coming soon. You can buy from each of these distributors not only with confidence regarding your earth mix, but with regard to their level of expertise in the plant material. Earth mix on a per bag basis is not the cheapest. However, for what it gives you, it is by far the most cost effective and reasonable input, direct planting soil, whatever you're using it for, you can use that with confidence. There are no filler materials ever put in EarthMix garden products. If you buy Viragra, the worm castings, it's 100% worm castings. Magic mushroom compost is 100% mushroom compost. And it's a common practice for many to degrade the value, or back in the day, we would have said stepping on it.
Yeah, man.
Those of you who are from that era, self included, you're able to get in and incorporate that soil and get the best results out of it. So no matter where you get it, you get the same quality EarthMix products, no matter which method you get it, whether it's in a super sack or in bulk by the scoop.
Right.
Every bag, every scoop, every super sack is all exactly the same process. That's the attention to detail that makes the difference. So we like to say, success in gardening begins at the ground level when you use EarthMix garden products. But Josh, you have a different approach to that. What do you say?
I love to say that it takes 4 things to have a happy garden or landscape. It takes 4 things, David Bates.
Okay. I'm
Water.
listening.
Sunshine,
Mm-hmm.
plants, and EarthMix. That's the gold medal standard.
That's right. So,
Yeah,
thank you for giving us a couple of minutes to talk about that, and also enduring my struggles with my computer here early on.
You found your cursor.
I finally got it figured out,
Uh-huh.
but it took me a minute.
There
So
you go.
anyway,
Mhm.
there you go. So
The Hort Report, it's all in his head.
Good timing, Tyler.
Just trying to find the trigger.
All right, here we go. The Hort Report this week. Caroline had already mentioned it a little bit, and that is going to be pottery. I am a broken man this
you?
week.
You're a strong man.
Nope,
What are you talking
nope,
about?
I'm a broken man. I used to be strong. I'm broken.
The noises he makes when we're unpacking those pots.
Oh.
Give him a little taste.
and I
There it
give
is.
you- I give you complete sympathy, Austin, because I've moved some pots around this week, and I mean, there's no easy approach.
How
No.
many did you move, David?
Pardon me?
How many did you move, David?
Well, I only moved a few, but
Okay. How many did you move, Austin?
1,000.
I'm gonna
How many
be-
did I move? 2,000.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yep.
going to be 70 years old here.
There you go.
A couple of weeks. So,
There you are.
I just do the best I can. And I'm not moving any today because I've got that 70-year-old back.
I understand.
Yep.
So tell us about it.
Well, I was just going to say, we got our massive shipment of pottery in, okay, y'all? We're not totally done breaking it all down. We've gotten probably more than halfway done, though.
Way more than half.
Uh-huh,
We've
but
got
we-
about 15 pallets left.
Yes, but we got a lot of them set out. And what I was kind of thinking is like, we have a lot of plants here, let's be honest. But it's all kind of our stuff from last year. We haven't gotten a ton of new stuff in yet. So why not this week, which we are getting a lot of new plants this week, so get ready for that. But why don't you think about this week, where can I add some pottery?
There
You know,
go.
have you been thinking about it in front of your front door? You've been thinking about it out on the deck? You've been thinking about a little trio.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but all of our pots that come in generally come in with a large pot, a medium-sized pot, a small pot. Sometimes they've got even
Sometimes
smaller
5.
pots. Look at all that right there.
That's our terracotta setup, just one half of it.
Yes,
Stop.
just one half, and that's the terracotta. So terracotta's still fairly inexpensive. People love terracotta still.
Alrighty.
It's somewhat lightweight. It's not quite as heavy as ceramics.
Not quite as heavy.
Uh-huh. But it's beautiful, and we made that section beautiful. It is very heavy or whatever. But y'all, we got to think about it. Like I said, think about the shapes of your pots. Think about the spots in your garden beds, okay? So I've said this before, but I think it was over a year ago I talked about this, but this was in those spots in your bed that you've got where it's just like one hole or like 2 little holes, where you're like, I don't know what to put in the ground there. I don't really want something in the ground there. Think about pottery, okay? Working that into your landscape. There's nothing like adding some pots to the landscape where you add height, you add a different shape, you add different textures when it comes to the plant material you're using. You can use spilling things. You can also use these pots as annual pots, okay? And I'm not saying just for annuals. I'm just saying you change it out every single year. It gives you an opportunity to be creative every spring whenever you use pottery within your landscape. So don't forget about it, okay?
Can I butt in just a little bit?
Of course.
So I have quite a few pots after doing pottery for how long have we been doing it? 7 years now?
7 years.
7 whole years of pottery. I have brought quite a few pots home. And so I do have them sitting in my landscape. It looks really nice. And I use them as little holding pots, if you will, for plants that I've bought that I'm not quite sure where I want to put them.
Great idea.
A lot of conifers, evergreens,
I
and
thought that was
stuff
the
that are
driveway.
going to get big over. I have a lot on the driveway too.
Okay.
That will get bigger over time. They can't stay in those pots, but but they look fantastic sitting in them, especially in the winter. They've got a temporary home while I decide where to put them.
I think that's an excellent idea
Yep.
for sure. Just keep them sitting there until you know where you're going to put them.
Sometimes it's years, but they
And
do
then
fine.
you can switch those out again. It's never a bad thought to go ahead and think about those the pottery things, okay? And y'all, a lot of times this time of year, every garden center is getting out pottery this time of year. That's what they do, okay? What happens whenever you unpack pottery sometimes?
It breaks.
You get broken pottery, okay? It happens. This year we actually had a number. Oh my God, I'm frozen on a horrible face, Tyler. What is
You're
happening?
still going, Austin.
Okay.
Okay.
But my
Keep
face.
going.
He's
Oh,
looking at
God.
his
Don't
frozen
look at
self on
you.
our monitor.
Don't look at the monitor.
There you are.
Okay,
You're
yeah.
back.
There you go.
That was bad. That scared me. Anyway,
It wasn't me.
okay. So anyway, using broken pottery, think of like go to your garden centers and like get to be friends with someone and be like, hey, you got any broken pots? Like, because you can still use broken pots. We've got 2 pots that I've got that we've got here that the bottom totally broke out of it.
Stop.
Okay, 2 of them they match. They've got no bottoms. They lost it. They lost their
did.
bottoms, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those home and I'm going to sink those in the ground a little bit to where you can't see them. And then I'm going to plant right into that and work those into my
Gonna
landscape.
put some roses in there.
I might do roses, Caroline. Yeah, I actually thought about that.
Absolutely do roses.
I'm going to get y'all some pictures here soon and let you see that, all right?
You
So
know,
anyway,
another good idea regarding broken pieces of pottery is that before you plant, you can take those broken shards of pottery and put them in the bottom and kind of create a protective dome over the drain area.
Yes, sir.
The soil from going directly into and perhaps stopping up that drain hole. So there's another little tidbit to consider. And terracotta, the nature of it is it's porous and it's very helpful in a lot of ways. So there's no such thing as trash pieces of pottery. There are uses for it.
yes,
And when I
there
bring
are.
something home from the nursery and I have an extra pot, I will put that in there and find the happy spot that plant is going to be, because the sunshine at my house is, of course, it's sunshine like everybody else's house, but the way that the plant performs in a certain spot, you can move it around. He's not so happy right here, so
Yeah.
we're going to move him around here and move him over there and do that.
That's right. You can totally move your pots around. If you don't like it there, move it into a different spot.
Plus, you got to change them out on the front porch every year, or the neighbors will talk about you.
That's right.
That's-
You got to. But it's also just fun to do that. I love doing my containers on my front porch differently every single year. I have a different combo every year, you know.
You put ornaments in there too.
I do all sorts of things.
You do.
Okay?
You go
Yeah,
out
we
Check
do.
with your HOA.
Uh-huh.
Make sure that you can put your pots on the
Yeah.
front porch.
I don't
you go.
have one.
Okay.
That's how I get
neither
away
do
with all those driveway plants.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is just that pick plants that match the pot. Okay. I think we've got an excellent a picture of this. Tyler, if you can bring it up. This was sent in to us from somebody way out
Someone.
there. And we don't even know. But
Mystery
look,
viewer.
look at these. Okay. So look, tall, thin, cylindrical pots with those cacti in it, in that trio form in the corner of that deck, is money.
That looks like Gatlinburg to me.
Money power.
It might be Gatlinburg.
Could
We
be
don't know where it's
Gatlinburg.
coming from.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
anonymous.
think you're gonna see those cactus in Gatlinburg.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I don't. Yeah, maybe not. But
Not
either
this
way,
time of year. No.
But what I'm saying is, look at the shape of the plant and the shape of the pot. It matches well. Okay, so I really think if you have a fat squat pot, you might put a fat squat plant in it. You know
Something
what I mean?
that spills over.
Uh huh.
maybe.
But anyway, that picture was fantastic.
Big old
and it-
chunky juniper.
Great, y'all. Think about your pots. Get them, work them in. Horse
It's not
report.
chunky,
There
it's
you
big
go.
boned.
Uh huh.
And,
y'all-
and the
Bravo.
thing about pots is that right now is when the selection is going to be best. So
Oh,
if you
by
have
far.
particular needs that you have, and you say, I need a squat pot here, I need something tall and cylindrical or whatever.
Let's call
Yeah,
it something
if-
other than a squat
if you-
pot. That brings up something completely different
Yeah,
in my mind.
if you wait a month or two, you won't have as many options to choose from.
Okay.
That's
That's
right.
true.
Just saying that.
Yep, David's right. We get our pottery shipment in once a year. So unlike our plants, which we get in constantly throughout the year, especially in the spring and fall,
Yep.
pottery comes one time in the winter. So
Have we
it's
got
here
any more
now.
questions?
It won't be here until next. We're out of questions.
We're out of
Just
questions?
kidding. We're getting more live questions in. We got
Wow.
two in from Terry.
Terry.
Says, okay, garden fam, this is Miss Terry, and my front yard is chock full of chip drop to kill the grass. So
Oh,
I
it's gonna
plan
do
on
that.
pulling back and planting my bushes I bought a couple weeks ago. Is that okay?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't see why not pulling it back and just planting it into the earth.
Yeah.
Like,
Why are you
yeah,
killing the grass?
get it into the
I'm
earth.
killing grass all over my
Oh,
yard to
really?
plant
Okay.
more
Okay.
fancy stuff.
So what you don't want to do is, like we mentioned earlier, is think about using that incorporating it in with the soil.
Yeah, don't till it in.
I wouldn't use it as a mulch the first year. That's just me personally. This phenomenon of we call nitrogen fixation, it robs nitrogen from wherever it can get it. And if it's sitting around your plants, or particularly if it's in the soil and it's in active decomposition, it's going to get nitrogen from wherever it's available. And then when it does that, you have this really strange phenomenon of what it does to the pH of the soil. So it'll spike on one hand, it'll plummet on the other. Need to compost it separately.
And we got a second question from Terry. Terry says, I also want to do some raised beds out there as well. Can I just move the chips out of the way or put landscaping fabric down to get my front yard going? Help, y'all. Got concerned. Hackberry wood chips.
Would you be able to incorporate them in the bottom of the raised beds and then put your landscape fabric on top of it to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's totally fine, y'all. I mean, especially with a raised bed. A raised bed's typically 2 to 3 feet up off the ground. I mean, that's plenty. And then fill it with your soil and get going.
Yeah, the chips are cheaper than wood.
Hackberry is going to be, of all the tree species, which has been the majority of what has been taken down and what has come down. They're softwood,
very soft,
decompose quickly. Many of them are already somewhat pre-decomposed. That's why they broke off, because they weren't even a solid tree.
They're air dried.
So if you know with certainty that that's the entirety of it, you have a little more leeway. It's a little more forgiving.
Yep.
Okay, and then we got a question from Joyce. Good morning, Joyce.
Hey, Joyce.
Joyce says, I bought a dwarf fig last August and planted it in a pot. It's been in my garage over winter. I think it's a Miss Figgy. I've been watering it every few weeks. When is it safe to put back outside?
I'm going to go at least 9:15 on this one.
Not 3:30. Okay.
Well, you got to wait until the show's over.
Yeah, you do.
Joyce, the thing is about a fig and a fig that is dormant and has no leaves, that means it's not photosynthesizing at all. So it does not need sunlight or anything yet. I mean, it's not warm enough to really do anything. I mean, I think it's still... I just think there's no reason really to move it out yet. We're having 18-degree temperatures or whatever Monday, Tuesday night. I'm not saying that would totally damage your fig or anything if you did have it out. But just remember, like I said, if it does not have leaves, it doesn't need sunlight. It can be in dark. So let's just wait. I mean, it's already in there. It's in its spot. Let's just wait to bring it out.
Next February, you're going to be wondering if it's going to come back at all after you put it in the ground this year.
And it's been where it's been all winter. So, why would a couple of days?
That's not going to hurt.
Yeah, it could work against you. So, wait until the middle of next week and you should be good.
Yeah. The cool thing about figs is that you start to see those buds. The buds will turn very green whenever they're about to crack. So that's whenever when you see that stage of development, that's whenever you can move it out. Leaves will crack and then sunlight on the leaves. Perfect timing.
There you go, Joyce.
Sun.
We've got some camellia questions. I want to know it all is how they begin. How big do camellias get? That's where we're starting.
Generally pretty big. I mean, there's that. I think they try to make dwarf cultivars as much as they can, but there's really not that many that I'm aware of. You're talking 8 to 12 feet, depending on if you prune or if you don't. I met a woman one time actually that used camellia as hedging in front of her house, and she kept them hedged. Like literally, she would cut them every year.
That sounds stunning.
Hers were sitting like 3 foot tall, and across her whole house is just this evergreen hedge. So they can be pruned to maintain like a size. But if you just let them be, I mean, they're going to get fairly large. Y'all Google, do yourself a favor, Caroline, like you always say, do some Googling and look up.
Do I say that?
You said it a couple weeks ago.
No, you said that. You said do yourself.
You made fun of me for it.
Do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a favor. Do some Googling.
You said treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself to some
like people
Google
don't
images.
Google all day.
David, is that a verb?
Yeah.
It could be conjugated.
Okay.
It's fine. It works.
What are we going to Google, though?
You're going to Google camellias in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
My God. Do yourself a favor.
Wow.
They are trees out there.
Wow.
And stunners, showstoppers.
Hey, we do have one more camellia question, too. Is there a camellia plant that does well here in morning sun and afternoon shade?
That's literally the ideal environment for camellia. Yes.
Mine is in that, and it absolutely loves it.
Yes, camellia definitely needs some sun to make sure you get the flower power that you want, but they don't want crazy amounts all day long. You can see a little burn on that. So perfect environment for that. Pretty much across the board with any camellia you want to grow. And if you wanted to grow camellias, I wonder where you'd get it, Josh.
I know where I got mine.
Where, man?
I got it at Bates Nursery and Garden Center.
Oh, tell us about it, David.
It's 0.9 miles north of Bradley Parkway at exit 19. It's
and we
convenient
have
from everywhere.
a great selection not only of camellias, but of a lot of other things. By the way, camellias are one of those plants that can be a little self-pruning.
There you go.
They are
Good
not
point.
the hardiest of plants with respect to low winter temperatures. So back in December of 22, I was talking with my brother Mark the other day, and his got killed back pretty much to the ground. It's taken them since then to get back up above this 5-foot fence.
Wow.
Now they're much more densely branched, and so obviously they do take to pruning. So, but no matter if you have questions about camellias or anything else, we've got roses up on the screen there, and that's an area that one of the many areas that Austin is passionate about. But no matter what you're talking about, trees, shrubs, ground covers, ornamental grasses, perennials, annuals, tropicals, we have it all at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And we know we're not a part-time nursery.
Nope.
We do this all year long, and we're in that ramp up process now, preparing for spring, because we know everyone is about crazy right now because that spring thing does it to you. And so come out if you feel the insanity setting in on you, Josh. Come out and see us. We offer therapeutic services.
You do.
We'll talk to you about your landscape, and we'll help suggest things that will actually be difference makers in your landscape to give, there are a lot of people, again, this year will have suffered damage to plants, whether it's a tree that fell on them or whatever. We'll help correctly diagnose what's going on, what's your best plan of action to help restore your landscape to the vision that you have. So we invite you to come out and see us. Check out the wealth of knowledge that we have from our staff of experts here that Austin so capably heads up. We've got a lot of people that with a lot on the ball. Bring those photographs on your smartphone or tablet, and we'll look at your unique landscape situation, help you get the right plants in the right place the first time. And in addition to that, we're going to help you have success in them. And we think that comes in a form of EarthMix garden products. EarthMix Landscape is the most widely used product simply because it applies to anything that you're planting. And that could be anything from edible landscape plants to ornamental grasses to perennials, whatever. It is the ultimate premium soil conditioner. And it's not just premium in name only. It really produces results. So whether you're using that, EarthMix garden that will go directly to plant vegetable plants into, no mixing required. It's ready to use right out of the bag, or any of the other great EarthMix products. We wholly endorse the entire product line, and we know it makes a difference in your landscape efforts because you come in here and you tell us that it does. And when you use it in successive years, we know that we're on the right track. So check it out, pick our brains. See this entire selection of plant material that we've got to offer you, second to none anywhere.
And pottery too.
Not just in Middle Tennessee, but anywhere. So we're proud of the staff that we have together. We're proud of the selection of plant materials that we offer, and we want to share them with you if that's something that'll help you. Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932. This is our 94th year since my grandmother first started this endeavor way back in the day. So we're grateful for her efforts back then, and we're trying to roll it forward. Bates Nursery and Garden Center. Come see us.
Yeah.
Come visit.
I want a visit through this room.
Do you?
Yes,
A little
I do.
walkthrough, if you will?
What's in room with Caroline?
Let's take a little tour. There's a gnat in the room. Josh,
Josh.
Did you get it? No, you didn't.
No, he didn't.
You're not quite quick enough. But let's quickly move into this segment. So we'll start in the back as always. We did bring this in a couple weeks ago, but y'all, they're starting to bloom. We've got our double shot Carolina jessamine. So this is one, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to bloom in both the spring and the fall. So you get a double round of blooms on that. And it will hold its leaves through the winter a little bit. I mean, it does shed some, but if you want a little bit of a privacy screen, this is a great plant. I had one on my porch for a few years. And then right beside that, we went with something
I want to
low.
interrupt you quickly, Caroline. Is that a little known fact I've never received credit for, but I was the one that came up with that concept for Monrovia.
It's a fantastic one.
Yes, using the swamp jasmine with the Carolina jasmine to give you that repeat blooming thing, because the foliage is essentially identical. So you plant them together, they all, it looks like just one species, and you do get the double shot. So there's
Hence the name.
I
Your
break
royal-
my arm, patting myself on the back for that.
You
Your royalty
should.
check will be in the mail today.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe we'll get just plants. That's
Okay.
usually good enough.
And then this big pillowy plant that's behind both David and I is going to be Mr. Bowling Ball Arborvitae. Look at that. It's perfectly round. I've seen some huge ones out in the wild. When I say the wild, I mean landscaping in between some parking lots, not actually the forest. And
Can't
underneath
imagine
the
who bowls with one bowling ball that big. But
You've got to plant a whole line of them. Underneath the TV, we have a Scotch broom. So this is going to be a plant that I actually lost with the freeze, with my ice that came off my roof. Totally chopped this in half. Hopefully it will come back. We'll see. If not, I'll buy another one.
Yep.
But these are really, really cool. They stay green through the winter. And then I believe they leaf out a little bit first, if I'm remembering mine correctly. And then they're going to be covered in flowers all along the stem. Very cool plant, very unusual. You don't see them very often. I don't know, other than my house, if I've seen them planted anywhere that I've been to. And then underneath the TV, we've got some Loropetalum fringe flowers. So these were popping on the lot. I saw these and had to run over and grab them. This is going to be plum gorgeous.
Yes,
Oh.
it is.
Wow. I mean, the hellebore is stealing the show that's in front of them a little bit, but you can see those. Oh, where are
Once
they?
you get up front, I think we'll
Those
be able
maroon
to see them a
flowers.
little better.
And speaking of up front, let's go ahead and move to up front. What do we have in front of us? There's my face.
Hey.
There's Austin's face.
Wow.
Here we
Oh,
go.
we're going for a ride. Strap in, Joyce.
Are you talking about down there?
Joyce is getting
Yes,
busy.
there's one little bloom. She's peeking out. So right now we've got Plum Gorgeous down there, but we also have Purple Diamond Loropetalum, which I believe is the one we're looking at. They look pretty identical as far as the flowers go. I mean, it's an unusual flower. It's kind of like a witch hazel bloom in a way, but a lot more.
Well, this one's modeled.
There you go. There's
These
your
are
special shot.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Tyler.
Yes, Tyler.
Tyler
Great work.
always doing amazing work. And then next to that, we've got more Scotch broom, because that is something that's also popping out on the lot. But we'll go ahead and move up to what we have on the tables. So Austin already mentioned the candy tuft that we've got. It's sensation. It's up here. We have a couple trays back there in Bridget's world. Shout out to Bridget. I feel like it's
Bridge.
been a minute since we said her name on the program. So this is a great ground cover. It's going to be covered in blooms in the spring. It's so cute. It was one of my favorite plants when I was little.
It's a beautiful, beautiful plant.
My piano teacher had some planted in front of her house, and every week I'd go and I'd look at it.
Oh.
Next to that, we've got Husker Red Penstemon. So this is a great native. It's also a great plant that stays up through the winter and will compete with weeds. So I have some that I got from Ann in our office. Shout out to Ann. She had little pups. It reseeded and popped up everywhere. And so she pulled them up, potted them up, and brought them in for the staff. I took 3. They were tiny when I planted them, like one little plant. And now each of them is at least the size of these 1 gallons that we have in front of us. And they look just like this right now in my yard. As soon as that ice melted, they were completely fine and beautiful. And then if you can guess who brought these in, you can go ahead and think about that.
Would be the
Austin
killer?
brought the pansies in, the pansy killer. These have a long name. These are going to be Free Fall White Rose Pansy.
Free fall.
Free Fall.
Free fall.
White rose wing.
White Rose Wing. I left off a word.
Yeah.
So we've got pansies back there, y'all. I know we've got spring fever. There's a few things back there. One of those is going to be pansies. And then let's move into something that we also have, a little bit more of an expensive spring fever plant, but it's one that's going to last for ages.
Oh.
This is from the bridal party.
Oh.
This is going to be Maid of Honor hellebore. And you know, one went home with me yesterday.
Oh. You're the maid of honor.
I'm the maid of honor as far as plants go.
With this
Look
bridal
at those
party.
blooms.
Unbelievable.
With this bridal party. They're frilly. It's double bloomed. I mean, there's yellow in the middle. It's a pink. Like, I had already bought one last week, not one of these, but a hellebore. And I went back there yesterday and saw them when I was looking, or day before. And I said, I've got to bring one of these home.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And we have quite a few hellebore back. And then let's go ahead and get to
Feature.
our feature plant. Tyler wouldn't allow us to put this on the spinner, but let's go ahead.
Because it blocks the whole TV.
At the beginning.
There she goes. At least I
Wow.
didn't dump water on my laptop this week.
Uh-huh.
Can we zoom in, Tyler? Or you probably can see it from here. So there are some, turned around now, the blooms are on the other side, but it's blooming right now. These little blue blooms kind of deep in the
Babies.
plant, little baby blue blooms. She's spinning, she's going to get around. But we have a few of these back in our annual greenhouse. I really love the look of a rosemary topiary.
You talk about a plant for a pot?
There you
Y'all.
go.
Right here. Oh, we're almost to the blooms.
There's the blooms.
There we go.
And look, when you do a topiary like that and you got a main stem, you
Boom.
have that at the top and then you have room at the bottom for your annuals.
There you
It
go.
all works
Wow.
out.
And you don't have to bend over to harvest it to put
That's
it in with the
right.
EDLO.
That's right. Especially if you have it in a tall pot.
There you go.
Perhaps an antique finished terracotta pot. I
Oh.
think it would look
Oh, yeah.
stunning in that.
Fancy.
But this is going to be Tuscan blue rosemary.
Beautiful. Thank you, Caroline. That was a great
You're welcome.
tour.
I will remove it from the spinning platform.
Remove it. Tyler will get mad at us.
Yeah, now
I didn't say that. I didn't know about it all.
I want to add one little nuance to what you just mentioned, Caroline, and I think it's worth people to keep in mind. At this time of year, the Laura pedalum that we've shown on here has got tender open blooms on it. Not one of the more hardy plants or resilient to cold temperatures. So if you've bought those recently and you've got them in the ground, probably should put a sheet or something over them to give them a little extra protection. Like that rosemary, 18 degrees is going to really bite it back hard. If you don't have, if you've got it outside, you need to offer it sun protection because this is going to be probably the last really cold night we have for the season. So if you haven't planted it, just set it back in the garage. But if you have planted it, you need to give it a little bit of protection. Now, hellebores and pansies do not apply because they are very cold resilient. Can it bite some blooms back? Yes.
Sure.
So if you want to provide a little cover on those, won't hurt a thing. And when I say cover, a sheet is what we're talking about. We're not talking about putting plastic ever directly on to where it makes contact with the foliage or flowers. You want to put a sheet on first if you think it really needs extra protection, which I don't think it does in this case. Then you would put plastic over the top of the sheet. It's very important to get that order correct. But a sheet will likely be plenty sufficient just to put it over there at the end of the day before the cold weather moves in for the next couple of nights. And then you can remove it as soon as it moderates on Wednesday.
There you go.
All right, there it is. And we do have some photos in. We're going to start with a boxwood photo that came from Greg. I say a,
Yay.
it's a few.
Hey.
Greg says,
Hey,
what's
Greg.
going on with these boxwoods? We've had several new plants over the last few years developing brown sections / branches and die. 2 different locations, properties in Corinth. Regards, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Corinth, Mississippi.
Yeah. So the picture in the middle is probably the worst one, I guess. That actually does look like a pathogen. The picture on the left and right is mainly just winter bronzing, which happens. A general rule of thumb, a boxwood in more sun over the wintertime will bronze more so than others. But you've definitely got, with those 3, with that, you see the massive chunks of that going on. That
Thin it
probably,
out.
we got to thin that out for sure. I mean, that's first step. And then you're going to be left with half of a shrub, pretty much. And I hate to say that, but it is kind of true. And you can, cut all the brown out. You can shorten it just a little bit, and then hopefully those will come back
Poof out.
plump. Yeah, we might need to apply a fungicide.
Now here is where some old-time arborists and horticulturalists have said that boxwoods are misnamed.
Yes,
They should,
sir,
in fact,
exactly
be called dogwoods because I believe that's
Boy, it looks like
probable
dog.
damage where you see they're only on one side. They keep hitting the same spot, and it's just going to require pruning that limb all the way back as far as you can, and getting that dead. And here's another note: maybe don't let the dog go out there and use the boxwoods as a latrine. That's my guess. Now I could be wrong on that, but it sure looks indicative of that. And then you can trim the whole boxwood back about a third, and it'll flush back out. But I don't think it's coincidental that all that's on the outside facing part where it's convenient to for leg hikeage.
It's possible.
It is possible. Did we talk about all the photos, the bronzing and everything? All right. And then Pam sent in something. Pam says, still cleaning up from the winter ice and snow. This is one way to get a huge hanging limb. My tidy gardener at work before we get below freezing temps again.
Good work, Pam. And good work to your husband getting out there on that tractor. God, I love that. Gotta love that.
Gotta love a tractor.
That's why he's got that tractor for times like these.
Exactly.
Yes,
y'all
he
are doing
does.
work out there, Pam. Y'all always doing work.
You
Love
are. There he goes.
He
But
could
y'all,
park that at my house if he wants.
Yeah,
he
I know.
could
I'll
bring
take
it on over. We still have a lot of questions.
Yes,
so let's
we
go
do.
ahead and keep going. Darren says,
Hey, Darren.
when are you guys getting a new shipment of conifers? I'm desperately looking for a Jubilee weeping
Scilius.
Alaskan cedar.
Ask Alaskan.
And
Asparagus.
Darian, we will be getting those soon. Probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will get that shipment from the West Coast. Isley Nursery, shout out.
We had a second question about when Isley's coming. So.
Yes, I believe that's a 2 to 3 week thing right now, but it's happening soon, y'all. Next week is really the start of a lot of our shipments coming
baby.
in. Massive tree shipment coming in next week, so it won't be long. Like literally 2 to 3 weeks, and you should be able to
Make
see
no
that
mistake,
stuff.
we'll be talking up the Isley truck when it arrives. We typically have people who come out and wait and watch the truck as it's
I
unloaded.
wish I
Yes.
could come.
It's an exciting time. And then Kim says, is it a good
Kim.
idea to use wood ash from outdoor fires in garden beds?
It's not a bad idea, actually. I think it's a way to get potash into your
Yes.
mix. I mean, mix it in
I use
really
it.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt anything. It's actually
Can
probably be
overdo
beneficial.
it, but
Yeah.
it's not likely.
No, not likely. Yeah.
So
So
you'd have to have a lot.
yeah. No, that's fine. Just work it in good. Mix it all in. Make it nice. Nice and mix.
Nice a mix.
Yeah.
Make it a nice a mix.
I turned into Chef
I use it
Boyardee.
for my straw bale gardening when I used to do that.
There you go.
I liked it. One day I'll bring it back. Then we got a live question in about a teddy bear magnolia. Somebody
bear.
says the top third of our 15-foot teddy bear magnolia snapped off in the freeze. What should I do?
Your 10-foot teddy bear?
15-foot.
15
No, it's a
foot.
10-foot teddy bear now.
Top third,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, that's right.
Carol, I'm sorry this happened to you, and a lot of magnolias took some damage, but there is literally nothing to do at the moment wait until spring. You're going to see it crack new growth from the top. Now, what you might see is it will end up being a multi-stemmed plant. A lot of times it'll send up 2 or 3 main leaders. If you don't like the look of that, you need to prune away a couple and just leave one, or just let it be a multi-stem plant. I mean, teddy bear.
Twist them?
Yeah, I mean, twist them up, whatever you want to do. It's gonna, if it's 15 foot, that means that teddy bear is very happy where it's at.
Yes, sir.
And Mother Nature gave it a natural prune, and we're gonna see what she does this spring.
Yes, we are.
Cut that one limb. Just cut that one limb out and be done with it.
And Terry, this is Mr. Bowling Ball Arborvitae.
Terry.
Right here. Look at that.
Yep.
We have a few different sizes. I think this is the largest one we have in stock right now, but we go all the way down to 1 gallon.
That's
a big one.
definitely a 16-pounder.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, bringing them in here was, I mean, we were already warmed up from the pottery, so we were okay to move those big things in.
I wasn't.
He wasn't happy about it.
Nope.
I always move stuff with a smile, but this guy, not so much.
With a grunt.
All right, arborvitaes were taken out by the storm. What's a better replacement for fence privacy?
I'm a big juniper guy when it comes to this. Our
Yeah.
our native cedar trees is what we call them, not cedars, but they're junipers. They did not really they took a little bit of damage, I guess, from the ice just because they got weighted down so much. But when it comes to general livability and hardiness, you can't really beat a juniper, especially Junipers virginiana, which is our native around here. That's my go-to, way more so than arborvitae, if you ask me.
Best ornamental evergreen shrub combo for front yard.
Oh, God.
I've got all gold juniper mixed with boxwoods, and that's real cute.
Hey, that is a loaded question.
It is.
Because there are a lot of options.
So it sounds like you're probably going to
Lot
have to
of
come out and
different
visit
looks,
us.
yeah.
You're going to have to come out and ask for me, and we're going to walk around together.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you talk about combos with evergreens,
Yeah,
I mean,
It's
it's almost endless.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yes.
He's thinking about it.
I am thinking
He had a
about
moment
it.
where he was like, whoa.
You know what I'm
I-
thinking about right now is boxwood with candy tuft out in front of it as your front border.
That'd
Money,
be cute.
power. These stay evergreen, y'all. Candy tuft stays evergreen. Didn't know if y'all knew
You were
that.
pointing at that so
Yes.
ferociously.
Uh-huh.
With
Y'all
emphasis.
think about it. Yep.
All right, best early spring plants to plant that won't die with the occasional last frosts. I mean,
These hellebores.
Hellebore.
is
Y'all,
fantastic.
like I said, they're more expensive than like your annuals, but they will bloom before anything else. They stay up year round with the leaves.
They're happy.
They're happy.
Happy.
And they're tough.
Yes,
Yes,
they are.
very tough. And they will spread eventually.
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all, like 95% of the stuff we have right now is totally fine for frost. Like, yeah, you think about, we went through a whole winter. I mean, it's been freezing. We had an ice storm. Like, all that stuff has been exposed, you know?
My daughter has a hellebore plant patch
Mm-hmm.
that is literally 16 or 18 feet across all the way around.
That is.
Jeez.
What color are the blooms?
They got a couple, three. They got the pink ones
Oh.
and the white ones and some of the other
got a
ones. in there,
mix.
but
Love it.
gorgeous.
That sounds
gorgeous.
stunning.
Love it.
I love it.
But yeah, y'all don't be, let's not freak out too much about like planting stuff right now. It's a good time to do it.
It is time to plant. In our last question, we had somebody saying, like, I'm so ready to plant. Like, what can I plant right now? There's so many things you can plant. I mean, perennials, you can still plant trees, shrubs. You just don't want to plant any of those warm weather annuals or vegetables. That's
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
want
No
to wait
tomatoes.
on.
We don't
Yeah,
even
fine.
have
Yeah.
yet. So, I mean,
Correct.
yeah. I mean, you're going to be able to plant a ton of stuff, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Just come out and chat with us. Come on. We're happy to be here.
Come
It's
say
early spring.
hi.
We get real excited this time of year. So, y'all, we're going to give you high energy. Not that we wouldn't any other time of year.
Higher than usual.
The
That's
new
right.
sales manager is going to have everybody out there motivated. I can
Here we
see
go.
him out there doing calisthenics before every
Oh, he's
shift.
making them
That's
do
right.
aerobic dance. in the
There you
mornings.
go.
Yeah, Carolina aerobic dance.
Yep. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Hey, folks, it's time for this edition of Gardening Inside Out to come to an end. But next Saturday, we're going to come back and do it again. Hey, if you're on the socials, like, share, subscribe, tell the neighbors. Hey, hit the notifications button so you never miss anything that goes along with it. Hey, for everybody here at Gardening Inside Out, we appreciate you joining us. We'll see you right here from the Green Room Studio at Bates Nursery and Garden Center next Saturday. See you then.
Happy spring.
Hey, Joseph.